Hi everybody. So today let's see solving an equation. Okay. This chapter is mainly concentrated on solving an equation, how to solve a linear equation in one variable. Okay. In this video, I will be explaining how to solve four different types of equations. Okay. So let's see. The first one is the very basic equation or the very simplest form of this. Okay. Okay, first we will be discussing this type of equation. Variables on one side. That means let's see by taking one example. 2x plus 3 equals 0 equals 8. Okay, this is an example for equation with variables on one side. You can see that the variable x, okay, it's on one side. Only on the left hand side we can see variables. There is no variables on right hand side. Okay, such equations. How you can solve such equations? This is very easy. That means the first thing that you should do is you have to separate the variables. That means you have to keep the variables only on one side and take all the things to other side. Okay, so we have to keep this 2x on one side. Okay, for that you have to take this plus 3 to other side. Okay, so in order to remove this plus 3, what you can do is that you can just subtract 3 from here. Okay, if you subtract 3 from this side, then this will get cancelled. Okay, so you can do this step, but remember one thing, whenever you are doing anything on one side, that same step should be done on both sides. Okay, that means here already 8 is here. Since you have subtracted 3 from this side, you have to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so what you will get here, you will get 2x plus 0. Okay, equals, what is 8 minus 3? That is 5. Or you can write it as 2x equals 5. Okay, you have to keep the variable only on the left hand side. For that you have to remove this 2 also. So how can you remove this 2? If you are dividing 2x by 2, then you can see that this 2 will get cancelled, or when you divide 2x by 2, then you will get x alone. Okay, so since you are dividing left hand side by 2, you have to divide the right hand side also by 2. Okay, so what will be there in the left hand side? Only x will be there. So x equals 5 by 2. Understand? So our solution is x equals 5 by 2. So this is the way of solving an equation. Understand? That means what you have done here, first you have subtracted 3 from both sides. Okay, in this step you have subtracted 3 from both sides and then you got the answer in this way, and in this step you have divided both sides by 2. Okay, and you finally got the answer as what? 5 by 2. Okay, this same steps can be done in other way also. That is, so our question was 2x plus 3 equals 8. So, and in the first step what we have done, we have subtracted 3 from both sides. Why? In order to get only 2x on the left hand side. Okay, so instead of doing that, you can also perform one thing, that is keep 2x here. Now this, you have to just remove this 3 from here, is it? So for removing this 3, you can take this to this side. Okay, if you are taking a plus 3 to another side, then it will turn into minus 3. Okay, and then you will get the answer in this way, that is 2x equals 8 minus 3. Okay, now what will be the answer? 2x equals 5. That means similar to this step, isn't it? Similar to this step. Now 2x equals 5 means what? You can write it as 2 into x equals 5. Okay, now the next step was actually what? Dividing both sides by 2. In this, here it was dividing both sides by 2, but instead of that, in order to keep this x here alone, what you can do, you have to just take this 2 to this side. Okay, but if you are taking this 2 to this side means what? You are actually taking it from multiplication. Then you can keep this x here and when multiplication is going to the other side, then what happens? Then it will turn into division. Okay, when multiplication is going to other side, it will turn into division, and our answer will become what? X equals 5 by 2. Okay, so answer is the same. So you don't have to divide both sides, or you don't have to subtract both sides. Okay, you can just follow some simple steps. That is, in an equation, if an addition is going from equal sign to this side, it will turn into negative. Okay, or if one minus sign is going from left hand side to right hand side, it will turn into plus. And if one multiplication is going to right hand side, means it will turn into division. Okay, and if one division is going from left to right, means it will turn into multiplication. Okay, these are the basic things in solving an equation. Understood? This is all that you have to keep in mind while solving an equation, solving a linear equation. Okay, so we were discussing about what? Variables on one side, that is solving equations with variables on only one side. Okay, this is very easy to solve. You can solve it easily. Okay, but now let's see what is the second type. Okay, so this is the second one, that is variables on both sides. That is, we are having equations with variables on both sides. On both sides of the equation, we will be having variables. Let's see one example. That is 2x minus 3 equals x plus 2. This is an example. That is, here you can see that variables x is on left hand side as well as right hand side. Okay, so such equations, how to solve such equations, that is what we are going to discuss here. Okay, if you are getting such equations, means what you have to do? You have to take the variables to one side. In such equations, the first thing that you have to follow is that you have to take the variables to one side. Okay, and put every rest of the things to other sides. Okay, so here you can see that 2x is a variable. So 2x. Now what is the next variable? It's x here. So you have to take this x to left hand side. Okay, LHS. That means this x means what? It's already having a plus sign. X is having plus sign. No sign means what? Plus. So when it's coming to this left hand side, it will turn into what? It will turn into minus sign. That means what? 2x minus 3 minus x. Okay, equals, what is remaining there? Only plus 2 is remaining there. Okay, so 2x minus 3 minus x equals plus 2. Why minus x? X has come to left hand side, then it will be minus x. Okay, now what is 2x minus x? You know that 2x minus x is what? X. Isn't it? 2x minus 1x means what? X. And what is there? X minus 3. Okay, x minus 3 equals plus 2. Understand? X minus 3 plus 2, or simply you can write it as 2. X minus 3 equals 2. Now you have to get the variable alone in one side, is it? So let's keep the variable here. Now you have to transfer this minus 3 to other side. When minus 3 is going to other side, it will become what? 2 is already here, and that minus 3 will become plus 3. Okay, and our answer will be x equals 5. Okay, x equals 5 will be our answer. Okay, so this is the second type of equation, that is what? Variables on both sides. That is, both sides we will be having variables. So the steps that you should follow is that you should take all the variables to one side and put rest of the things to other side. Okay, in this way you have to solve the equation. Understand? Now let's see the third type. Third type means what? Here some denominators will be present. Okay, third type, I can explain by taking an example. Suppose this type, that is x equals 3 by 4 into x plus 8. Okay, this is an example for the third type of equation. That means what? There will be some kind of denominators present in the equation. Okay, there will be some denominators present in the equation. So what you have to do for such cases? If such denominators are present in the equation, if you are going to remove such denominators first, then you will be able to solve it easily. That means to remove this 4, what you have to do is that you have to multiply both sides of the equation with that particular denominator. Okay, that means you have to multiply with 4. Multiply with 4 on both sides. That means multiplying with 4 on both sides means what? 4 into x, and similarly here also 4 into 3 by 4 x plus 8. Understand? Then what happens? 4 into x is what? 4x. 4x equals, now if this got cancelled, what is remaining there? Only 3. So 3 into x plus 8. Understand? So our equation will turn into this type. Okay. Now what you have to do? You have to take the variables to one side. Okay. So in order to take the variables to one side, what you have to do? You have to open this bracket. That means what? What is 3 into x? 3x plus, you have to put this plus sign. First you have to multiply in this way, then you have to multiply in this way. That is 3 into 8. Okay. So you will get 4x equals 3x plus, what is 3 into 8? It's 24. Okay. Now how can you take this variable to one side? You have to take this 3x to this side. For that, what you have to do? 3x means what? It's actually positive sign. So if you are taking it to the left hand side, it will become negative. So 4x minus 3x. Okay. Equals, what is remaining? 24. Okay. Now what is 4x minus 3x? It is x. So x equals 24. This will be our answer. So what we have discussed in this type of equation, that is equations with some denominator. Then you have to divide, you have to multiply both sides with the denominators. So this is the third type of equation. Okay. Now let's see the fourth type. So I have told in the third type what was the case. There was only one denominator present. Okay. But in this type, in the fourth type that I'm going to tell, here you can see two denominators will be there. That is, suppose I am taking example as this. That is 3x by 4 plus 1 equals 7x by 12 plus 5. Okay, suppose this is our equation. So what you have to do here? And here you can see that two denominators are present here, that is 4 and 12. Okay, so what you have to do in such cases? In such cases, what you have to do is, first you have to take the LCM of 4 and 12. Okay, you have to take the LCM of 4 and 12. Now what is the LCM of 4 and 12? 12. Okay, LCM of 4 and 12 is 12. So what does that mean? You have to multiply with the LCM on both sides. Okay, in the previous case you were just multiplying with the denominator on both sides. But here, since two denominators are present, you have to take its LCM and then you have to multiply with this LCM on both sides. Okay, that means what? That means you have to just take this 3x by 4 plus 1, this is the first one, okay, into 12, okay, equals 7x by 12 plus 5 into 12. Okay, we are dividing both sides with 12. Okay, then what happens to our equation? It will become in this way, that is 12 into 3x by 4, then this plus sign, plus 12 into 1. Okay, understand? Now what about RHS? 12 into 7x by 12 plus 12 into 5. Okay. Okay. Now what is 12 into 3x plus 4? If you divide this 12 by 4, what happens? It will be 3. Okay, so 3 into 3x. Understand? Plus 12 equals. If you divide this 12 by 12, then 1. So only 7x will be there. 1 into 7x means 7x. Plus, what is 12 into 5? It's 60. Okay. So our equation turns into this way. Now, what is 3 into 3x? It's 9x plus 12 equals 7x plus 60. Okay. Now you have to take variables to one side. That means 7x can be taken to this side. That means 7x will become what? Minus 7x. Okay. Equals 60. And this 12 can be taken to this side. So 60 minus 12. Okay. Now what is 9x minus 7x? It's 2x. So 2x equals what? What is 60 minus 12? It's what? 48. Okay. So 2x equals 48. Now you have to again take this 2 to this side. That means x equals, this is 2 into x. So when it goes to that side, it will become divided by 2. Okay. So what is 48 divided by 2? It's what? 24. Okay. So 24 will be our answer, or x equals 24 will be our solution. Understand? Okay. So what you have done here, if your equation is having two denominators, then what you have to do is you have to just take the LCM of those numbers, and then you have to multiply both sides with the LCM, and then you have to do the remaining things just like solving the remaining equations. Okay. So only these four types of equations you will be facing in this chapter. That is variables on one side, variables on both sides, and then equations with only one denominator and with more denominators. Only these types of equations you will be facing in this chapter. And if you are following the same steps for every equation, then you will be able to solve any type of equations from this chapter. Okay. And one more thing, if you are asked to check whether your answer is correct or not, then what you have to do, you have to just substitute the answer that you have got here. That is, here you can see that here you got the answer as x equals 24. And if you are substituting this 24 in this equation, that is, if you are substituting this x equals 24 in this equation and doing this thing, then you will see that LHS will be equal to RHS. If LHS is equal to RHS, only then your answer will be correct. Okay. Otherwise, your answer or the solution that you have got will not be correct. Okay. You can verify your answers by using that. Okay. And we will be doing those verifications and all in our next videos and all. So I hope you understood how to solve an equation. Okay. So that's all for today. Thank you.